Hello, race fans. Welcome to another episode of Short Track Guys Podcast, brought to you in part by Story Bleich Roofing. We've got you covered. Metal, slate, tile, asphalt, and shingle. We're locals you can trust. Right here in Pensacola, Florida. We're Story Bleich Roofing. Give us a ring. I'm Thomas Battis, alongside two other short track guys in the studio. As always, Jim Pokrant, driver of the 07 Sportsman right here at Five Flag Speedway in Pensacola, Florida, and Ted Baber of Ted Baber Video Productions. What's up, guys?
Greetings. How we doing?
Boy, what a great race we had this weekend. Going to be a good, I got a lot to talk about.
Yes. Do we?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We got some names we're going to throw on the board that you've heard quite a bit coming out of this studio. First of all, we're going to look at this local stuff here at Five Flag Speedway and kind of touch on the schedule here coming up. The Monster Truck Show this weekend on the 27th and 28th. That's going to be a big deal. The swap meet is coming up in February. We can either browse and shop on car parts, or I think it's $25 to be a vendor and take a table out there and sell what you got. So that's always been a success. And Jim's got some secrets, I think, going on in that sportsman shop, getting ready for 2024.
No big secrets. Just I'll be honest with you, I hadn't really worked on the car much. I'm getting ready to do a parade, crew of left turns. We're trying to start a Mardi Gras crew. And just having some fun with that. We're going to get the car as soon as the parade's over next weekend. It's going to be, balls to the wall on getting the car ready. We got a bunch of changes we're going to make because I got to find some speed. But they did some rules changes this year. One of them I totally agree with is the body rule. There's a couple of cars that the body's a little questionable. Like looks like a cup car, and they said it must be stock appearing. That's not stock appearing. Must be stock dimensions, and we know that car's not stock dimensions.
I'll check some window sizes too while we're at it there.
Yeah, window sizes, and also they're going to do track width. 62 inches is as wide as you can be. Period. So I like the fact that because I can make my metric car as wide as I want.
Yep.
So look out. And the other one is a adjustable idler arm, which I don't know if I'd agree with us doing that, but that's some of the high dollar guys. I think those things are like $80 a piece, and allows you to do more with the bump steer. So thanks to John Ruth, he's going to help me with the bump steer. We're going to get it better. We're going to get that car faster, and we're going to go have fun.
Yeah. What's the engine package look like?
Same one I had last year. We're going to put some valve springs on that bad boy, new set of plugs, and let the old dog eat.
There we go.
Well, good luck there, and we'll be right on board with that every week. We will touch base on the 2024 Sportsman season coming up soon. I believe March and April?
March. Yeah.
March. Yeah.
March the 4th, I think, is our first race.
That is. ARCA Series race is coming probably that same weekend, I believe. I've just turned the schedule off.
If I remember correctly, it's going to be a 3-tiered race. It's like Friday nights local cars, Saturday nights the Southern Super Series, I think, and then there's going to be an ARCA race. So it's going to be a 3-race weekend, big race deal. I think it's going to be pretty cool. Going to sit in the grandstands for the big shows because I take it back. In ARCA race, I'll be in the pits because I will be helping Shearer speed when he's here, Neil Shearer's brother.
All right.
So I'll be on that team. So that's pretty cool. I get to do that. So
get to wear that uniform.
And a T-shirt. Yeah, I'll get the T-shirt.
And the hat.
And there's no hats.
Oh, darn.
You just get a T-shirt. That's all you get.
Come on.
Be happy. You're getting your pit pass paid and you're getting a T-shirt.
Okay.
So hopefully Neil, his brother, will do really good because he had some issues last time we were here, but it's going to be a good deal. It's a lot of fun. And those monster trucks, let me tell you something. Go see them, take your kids, and go to that monster truck show. You'll have a blast. It's not like the crap you see in the Civic Center where they can't go anywhere.
Right.
These guys do backflips. They do big jumps. They crush cars. Because it's going to be in the infield at Five Flags. You'll be sitting in the stands watching them run through the infield. So they'll be able to get some speed, jump, do all kinds of crazy stuff. So, go out there and support those guys. I think it'd be pretty cool. The kids get to ride in a real monster truck. They have ride-alongs. They take you over dirt mounds and stuff like that. So it's a pretty cool deal. So you need to go if you can.
Yeah. Crazy Train, Plain Crazy, Little Miss Dangerous, Colossus, Terminal Velocity, Uproar. Those are some of the truck names that you'll see. And they were Crazy Train actually is a defending champion. So you guys check it out. It's a red truck, Crazy Train. Look out. They're monster trucks. And, man, I can't wait. That's probably going to be a good idea. Hope the weather stays clear.
Yeah. Sunday's looking good. I had to move our parade from Saturday to Sunday because of the rain. Hopefully it'll clear out Saturday evening and they'll get that monster truck show in. Going to be awesome.
Yep. Looks like the gates open 11:30 a.m. The ride's available for the entire show. The pre-show, pre-party opened 11:30 to 1:30. Showtime is at 2:00. So about 2.5 hours or something like that. 2 hours, something. Five Flag Speedway, the monster truck show. Cool beans. So, Super Late Model season opened up just a little bit east of us, up at Cordele, Watermelon Capital Speedway. Yep. The Protect Your Melon 150 with Super Late Models, and man, we had an entry list, and pros and supers ran up there this weekend.
Yeah, that's had a good event up there. Actually, both of them. We'll start with the results of the pro late race, and we'll see who did what, and then see who actually crossed over to the supers. But obviously, we most of these names I think we hear a lot of, but we just continue on because we have to. We're covering everything we can. We have a few that we weren't expecting. We all know that Stephen Nassy won it, but the one that kind of surprised me was Ross Chastain. Somebody we've heard of a little bit here and there before. He was actually second. Then we have George Phillips, who we don't really have a whole lot of information about, third place. Seth Christensen, Mike Hopkins rounded out the top five. Then it was Josh Hicks, Cale Hall, Michael Hind, Harrison Halder, and Grant Thompson, a local product here, was in the top 10. 11th was Steve Dorr, then Luke Yarborough, Christopher Tullis, Hudson Bulger, 14th, Jeremy Miller, 15th, Brandon Lopez, 16th, Scott Mosley, 17th, Gage Rogers came out 18th. And let's see, Brandon Lopez in the 16th position was the last car on the lead lap. Scott Mosley and Gage Rogers were both 1 lap down. Chris Munson was 2 laps down in 19th. Then things got a little bit different because from there on out, several folks got caught up in a pretty wicked wreck, including 20th place Bubba Pollard and Augie Grill 21st, Kevin Cremonesi 22nd, Chase Pinsino 23rd, Kyle McCallum, Zach Dixon, Benjamin Jones, Alan Gordon, and Tim Sozio was the last finisher in the Pro Lates race. It was a good show.
It was a good race. Bubba and Augie, you never hear them tangle. No. And even Augie said it wasn't Bubba's fault, and Bubba said it wasn't Augie's fault. Somebody pushed Bubba up, and Augie came down. They got together, and Augie went in head first and killed that 43 car, which is owned by Justin South. And I guess Justin don't want to race no more. I guess he's letting Augie drive the car, so... That was a shame.
Well, a good replacement.
Yeah, I mean, but it was cool to see the Watermelon Man finish second in the Watermelon race, and they actually smashed a Watermelon in Victory Lane, and him and Nassy shared Watermelon, so I thought that was kind of cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he actually went over to some of the other classes that were finishing earlier, the Legends car, and maybe the Bandoleros with the kids, and took the top 3 or at least the champion for the winner of that race, and did the same thing with the Watermelons with those kids. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it is pretty neat, especially eating watermelon. I love he won that one cup race, and he broke the watermelon. His kid was sitting there, he handed him a big chunk of rubber off the racetrack, and he goes, "You keep that," and he goes, "You want some watermelon?" And the kid took it, and he goes, "No, eat it with me," and they ate it together. That's a neat memory for a little kid.
Oh, yeah. Something you'll keep in mind for the rest of your life.
Oh, yeah.
But in the super race, well, we all know what's coming. Bubba does it again for, it's just, he has multiple wins up there, and he's just the man.
He's a 4-time winner now.
Yeah. 4-time winner, last 3 in a row.
Well, and him and Stephen Nassy battled quite severely there towards the end. And Stephen Nassy came in second, and things could have been different, a little bit different at the Derby. Had things, they kept their cool a little bit more. We'll not get into that too much because we know where that's going to go. I'll stop. Mm-hmm. And somebody we haven't heard from in a very long time was the last one on the podium, and that is Casey Roderick. And I'm glad to see
welcome back, Casey.
Yes. He just kind of disappeared off the planet for a very long time, and don't know what happened to him. But
still.
Yeah, and this may be a one-off. We don't know yet. We'll see what's going to happen. But from there on out, Dawson Sutton 4th, Gio Ruggiero 5th, Michael Hind in the flaming number 69 6th, then Jet Nolan, who actually was out front quite a bit.
He led a little bit, yeah. That kid's coming on. He won a big race down in South Florida the end of last year, won a Billy Bigley.
Yeah.
he's going to be somebody to contend with.
There you go. Jet Nolan in 7th, Cole Butcher in 8th, Matt Craig in 9th, and our local champion in the truck division, Timothy Watson, actually came in 10th in the top 10, which is a really good run for him in that event. Michael Atwell 11th, Billy Van Meter 12th, Derek Kraus 13th. A little uncharacteristic for Jake Finch to finish where he did. He's in the 14th position. Daniel Webster was the last car on the lead lap in 15th, and then Dustin Smith and Brandon Jones and Steve Dorr all one lap down. And then things got a little bit more involved after that with Stuart Dutton, Tony Elrod, Michael Goddard, Hudson Halder, Colin Allman, Anthony Cataldi, Dave Farrington, Josh Berry, and Connor Okrezik and Jake Garcia. Connor Okrezik, I saw an interview with him, and I got to tell you, he got a little colorful. He was a little bit disturbed at how his race ended. And let's just say he used terminology.
Colorful language?
Yes, I would say he compared the way some people drive the way that old folks bump ugly. So I'll just be kind and say that.
You can only imagine what that means.
Oh, yeah. That's it.
Well, the pass for the lead in that race, Bubba was all the way underneath Nassie, and Nassie tried to use the lap car as a pick, and Bubba was having none of it.
Nope.
He shoved Nassie up and drove by him.
Speaking of colorful language, he mentioned that he didn't plan on taking any barn lot fertilizer.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Would be nice.
Any poop? You wouldn't take any poop off of anybody?
That's it. And he didn't.
Well, they also asked Bubba about another late in the race where Roderick took him 3 wide, and Bubba said, "You don't take somebody 3 wide. The last couple laps, I get it, but." He said, I just backed out. And the guy said, well, were you confident you had a good enough car? He said, I wasn't worried about it. No. He was coming. He was going to win that race. And, we looked at the car coming off the corner, and the thing looks yawed out to me. He's got something that somebody else don't have right now, because I'm telling you, he put the whoop on him when he got ready to go. He went. And like I said, Nasty tried to squeeze him. He was having none of it. He was not going to put up with it. And he said that when he crossed the finish line that he's pissed off and he's dangerous. So they better watch out for that 26 car this year.
Yeah. That was excellent. It's fun to watch. We love to watch it. And that's why we like short track racing, because it's not anything like those other guys who I understand are going to debut an electric car at the Busch Clash. I mean, what is it going to sound like? Something from the Jetsons? Just like...
No, it's just going to be like this. There they come.
There they go.
There they go.
And pit stops where you go change tires and batteries. I mean, come on.
Yeah, you got to change that. Got to plug in the charger. We're going to take a 20-minute charge break while they charge them up.
That's right.
I mean, it's ridiculous. Once that happens, I'm done. Yeah. I'll never watch another NASCAR race if they go to. And everybody think, well, it's the future. Okay, well, why are all the big three now saying they want to back down from electric cars? You know why? Because they're not selling.
That's right.
You can't, because by the time you buy one, then you have the charger plug put at your house, then your electric bill goes way up. Even if you got solar panels, your electric bill shoots way up because you're charging a car. Or like California, they tell everybody's going to be electric by, and I don't mean to get off on a tangent, but I'm going to say this real quick. By 35, everybody's going to be electric, driving electric cars.
No.
But they're closing power plants. How are you going to charge your electric car if you ain't got nothing to charge it with? I'm just saying. I think it's a dumb idea, and I hope NASCAR doesn't go through with it. I really hope they don't do it. Or if they do an electric division, nobody will watch it. Nobody cares.
No, I know I don't. That's for sure.
But I mean, I tell you what, there was some good racing in that Cordele race, and that's a racetrack that's on my list of tracks I'd like to try sometime.
Oh yeah, dumpster list.
Yeah, I'd love to go up and run that, and just to have some fun, just to make some laps. Heck with it. Don't have to win, don't have to run good. Just go up there and have fun.
I've also noticed they're in the Legends, but I unfortunately don't have that in front of me. But Thomas, I believe you've got that. List of...
Yeah, I thought we'd throw those out there, the Legends and Bandoleros. Cale Hall, congratulations, young man, on your victory in that 24 car. I don't know if that has any significance of your favorite driver, but anyway, congratulations with the win there. Garrett Gum, Jonathan Taylor, Max Brady, and Jensen Jorgensen round up the top 5 in the Legends. And then we got the Bandoleros here. Gerald White III, Carson Sherman, Billy Lee, Colton Murphy, and Riley Hansen. Congratulations, young man, on your top 5 finishes there in the Bandoleros. And I hope you got the get an autograph or two with Ross and have some fun with those watermelons. So that was pretty good and probably go a long way in the memory.
Now, Jensen Jorgensen's been here racing before, too. He's Taylor Jorgensen's brother, who we know is a really good, well, at one point was a really good truck driver, because ask Howard Langham.
Yeah.
She ran side by side with him on the outside lap after lap. So.
Well, you know what was cool about Speedfest, too? We kind of overlooked somebody. Dawson Sutton's debut in a super late model, he finished 6th.
Yes.
For the Rackley War Team.
Wow,
and
congratulations. That's awesome.
That young man has done a great job in the pros. He's earned his way up.
Right.
And to finish in the top 6 with that crowd, yeah, dude, you did a great job. I just want to congratulate you on that, dude, and keep up the good work.
Yeah, and while we're congratulating and wishing everyone good luck, 1 year ago, a fellow we have mentioned a few times, not quite a bit, but Cole Raz fell just a few feet short of winning the Chili Willy 150 at Tucson. Now, we don't touch much on the West Coast swing, but we have dabbled in it here and there. This happens to be one of their big wins, big races out at Tucson Speedway, the Chili Willy 150. And on Saturday night at the 3/8 mile, Raz made up for that defeat by holding off the 2023 ARCA Menard Series West champion, Sean Higurani, for his first win in that season opening event. And congratulations to Cole, with Sean, I believe, finishing second. I can pull up the results here. Cole Raz, Sean Higurani, Casey Klein, Bruce Yackey, and Brett Yackey. I guess they're brothers, the top 5 there. And we watched a little bit of those highlights there, and they put on a pretty good show there at Tucson. A lot of track to race with.
Oh, dude, they were 4 wide at one point. We're like, oh, they're going to wreck, and then they actually made it. Yeah, but Cole, you got to remember, Cole Raz, this was his first attempt last year at the Snowball Derby, and he made the show in qualifying. Didn't have to run the last chance race. He made the race.
That's something.
Yeah, wow.
Pretty sporty. I got a picture of him with his back tires off the ground with Preston Peltier, just had him all kinds of jacked up. Preston ended up busting his radio and dropping out, and Cole ended up finishing the race. So not only did he make it, but he drove it all the way to the end, which is a cool deal. A lot of people don't get to do that in their first run at a Snowball Derby.
I kind of understand Preston Peltier's frustration because he had that difficulty with that deck lid that kicked him out. They disallowed his qualifying time. He had to LCQ it to try to get in the race. So,
well, the rules are rule.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but the Derby, they're really hard. So, But I tell you what, Cole Raz is my friend Phil Gins and them know him. And in fact, he was going to bring his car and leave it at our shop where my race car stays. But he found a place in Atlanta. Then they decided to leave it there because they didn't want to tow it all the way back across the country.
Right.
Because he ran the All-American 400, made that show also.
Dang.
So, I mean, and to win the Chili Willy, good job, kid. And you're another one that, we're going to have to keep an eye on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's 28 cars out there in that race. And looking down the list, 12th place finish, Jennifer Hall. Pretty good there. Vanessa Robinson with a 20th place finish. I want to say Cassidy Hines and Mariah McGriff. They're 27th. I know it's probably not the finisher expectations, but the expectations they had. But those are 4 of the females, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. I apologize if I didn't get all those right. But we were talking earlier before we went on about the females in the sport themselves.
Right.
Maybe the top 3, top 5 that are actually knocking on the door to maybe make that next step and make a splash into the top tiers. And we kind of talked about Haley Deegan and
Katie Hettinger.
Yeah. Katie Hettinger, yeah. Some of these females are out there that are true racers. And, I'm going to have to put those 2 right there at the top, maybe being close enough to make that splash.
With a little bit of a different arrangement on the driving situation, our own Johanna Long had an opportunity to do something too, but just didn't work out, unfortunately.
She put the spanky on them at the Derby one year, won the track championship her first year out in a pro late model. Yeah. Moved up to supers and had a good run in the Blizzard series and wound up winning the Snowball Derby. So there's girls out there that got talent. It's just getting the money and getting them out there to do it. And you got some of them that whine. It's a male-dominated sport. Yeah, it always has been. So, I mean, you're going to have to earn your way. You're not going to be given anything because you're a female.
No.
You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be giving anything because of the color of your skin either. If you're a great race car driver, I welcome you, and I want you to come. I want you to race. And I want you to do good, but don't expect somebody to hand you something because you don't deserve it.
Well, I remember seeing Johanna come out of turn 4, and I could see the entire number on the side of the car. She was so sideways and caught it and kept on going. So.
I'll tell you a funny story. When they first started running pros, her brother-in-law at the time, Mike Williamson, was racing in the pros.
Right.
And her dad, Donald Long, who was an accomplished super late model racer in his own right, the man won a lot of races himself, was out there leading her around. And she goes, "I want to go, Dad." And he said, "No, you follow him." And she followed him. Finally, she got tired of following. She went into turn 3, jacked Mike up, turned him sideways, said ABC, and drove away from him. And his dad was like, "What are you doing?" She goes, "I'm tired of following. I want to lead." And she got out and just smoked her brother-in-law, who had just won a feature the week before. So that ought to tell you something.
Oh, wow.
That was a pretty neat deal.
Yeah.
Oh, we got the red eye.
Oh, man.
Fitty coming up.
Oh.
February 3rd. That's the race I ran last year. They moved it because of the weather, and they're not running super stocks. So, that's a plan. I thought about going down there and doing it again, but nope, I guess not.
No, we can't control the weather. I mean, I know things were cold up there. Well, I don't know if they were cold chilly willy, but they certainly were melon. It
was freaking
melon.
cold.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, they were talking about, I think the highs were like a balmy 42.
Oh, man. No, it might be, as hard as the cars run, that might help them make more horsepower, more downforce.
Well, they're on a new tire now.
Yeah.
The late model guys are on a new Hoosier tire, and Bubba said that he ran hard for 150 laps. He said, "I never eased up."
No.
He said, I like tires that give up.
Right.
These didn't give up very much. He said, "I could go hard for 150 laps." He said, "Now the left sides wore, but the right sides didn't." Because they're running lefts and rights now. They're different tires.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see, how that progresses. They ran them on the pros, too. So, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of this, when you make these changes, you take a lot of the advantage to a driver. You take it away from him or her. Let's be fair. Because if you are making all these improvements, a lot of the, the advantages are done in the pits, in the engineering department, in the shop, and a lot of it's taken away from the drivers using his own ability to get advantages.
Well, in short track, Bubba's talked about taking his car to a pull down rig, and they do that. Yeah. And it's expensive, but he's a single car team. He don't have like Donnie Wilson has 4 or 5 cars that they rely off each other,
right?
And he still wins. But the thing about it is, they're hurting short track racing with stuff like that because the tires need to fall off.
Right.
Period. Mm-hmm. You need tire fall off. You need comers and goers. You need guys that get tires and go out front and guys that don't get tires and fall back. Because that's part of the Cup Series problem, not to bring them into this, but their tires are just, they're hard as bricks. You can go, you ain't got to pit for tires and still run the same speed, and that it kills the racing. So I'm interested to see what the Rattler brings. That's coming up. And then we got, of course, we got Speed Weeks down in New Smyrna. Mm-hmm. That's going to be good. And it's like I said, the Southern Super Series, the ASA Series is running on those new tires. I don't know if any other late model series are on those tires or not. We'll see. I know SRL runs American Racer, and that every time I've seen one of their races, it's a damn good show. Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, that's going to be a tire war between American Racer and Hoosier. That's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see earlier in the week, speaking of Speed Weeks down there at New Smyrna, a guy named Matt Hirschman's filed his entry for the Tour Type Modifieds.
Who?
Oh, yeah. Lord.
Matt Hirschman.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, I kind of heard of him.
Yeah, I think he did well last year.
I think he won every Tour Modified race, but like one maybe.
I think I read he won every one of them. He's going for like 9 in a row now. The first one this year.
So. I know he won every race down there in New Smyrna last year. He just can whoop, opened it up and started pouring it on people.
Just spreading it around.
Yeah, spreading it around, slinging it on folks.
That's it.
Yeah, I can imagine, being like Justin Bonsi or Doug Kobe or somebody running those series. And I know racers' mentality is like, okay, well, so Matt Hirschman's going to run. Yeah, but I can see the deep down inside facial expression, like rolling the eyes, like, God.
Not him again.
Tiger Woods showing up.
Yeah, seriously.
We're going to run for second, boys. Yeah. But that's not the case in the mentality of a true racer. You go out and you welcome that type of competition, and it makes you drive harder. It makes you a better racer. And that's why all these guys show what they've got, because of each other. They bounce off of each other with talent. So that's what makes it great great series.
And you actually believe that race car drivers think that way? Come on, Thomas. You know dang good and well we're jealous and pissed off when I used to run Superstock and Mark Davis would come over the hill from Mobile because Mobile ran out. We were up at Opry like, yep, we're running for second tonight because he's going to kick, and he would. He'd qualify first and he'd kick our behind. I'm just picking at you, by the way. Just as a race car driver, I don't want to see somebody that's going to come in and whip up on us. I want to see him leave and go somewhere else. Go away. Do something else.
Leave us alone.
Yeah, at least get somebody else a chance, for God's sake. That's like Buttrick, man.
Yeah.
Dude, Steve Buttrick used to wear us out. He would do stuff like him and Shannon would start like a straightaway behind everybody.
Yeah, they used to, when we had enough cars to do so, they wouldn't start better than 12th, 13th, and 14th, and still just...
Yeah. Well, it was, because the top three started 10th, 11th, and 12th. Yeah. First place car started 12th and moved forward. And that always made the racing better.
Yeah.
I always gave somebody a chance. I won one like that, got on the pole and got gone, and they couldn't catch me. But it gives somebody else a chance to win besides one dominant car, because that's where you make a mistake as a short track owner. You qualify and you put the fastest guy on the pole every week. Put him in the rear.
Right.
I remember when I started out there in 97, there'd be 18, 20 cars, and the fastest qualifier to start in the back. The slowest car was on the front, because trust me, I was on the pole several times that first year. Qualify like a damn second and a half, 2 seconds off the pole, and you know they're coming. You just go as hard as you can, and you look in your mirror, and here they come. You just kind of move up and boom, 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 and then you get back in your hole and just race. I was learning.
Yep.
But, it makes you a better driver coming from the back. Trust me, at night I won a few years ago coming from the rear. That was the most fun I'd had in a long time, because I had to pass race cars and I had to work for it.
Yeah. In the mind, it makes you a better driver, but it doesn't make your car faster, unfortunately.
No, but I mean, when somebody's spending $1 trillion to win 500, it's ridiculous. And that's what gets me is you want to be the big fish in the little pond. It's like what I said before. Frank said that it's like a high school kid picking on grade school kids for their lunch money. I mean, it's just sad, but it is what it is. You got to do what you got to do. I was the big fish for 2 years, and it felt good. And we'll get back there. If not, I'll retire and go build me something else, maybe a Crown Vic to play with. I don't know.
Well, we got the Red Eye 50-50 coming up, Speed Weeks in New Smyrna. Following that, 9 nights of all kinds of action. The monster truck show this weekend at Five Flag Speedway. The swap meet coming up. Get ready to either, barter some parts or go out and make some money selling what you don't need. There at Five Flag Speedway, it's always a good showing. Until then, guys, we really don't have anything. Just do like to support racing in all facets. Short track is our specialty and our passion. We do like to thank our listeners and our sponsor, Story Bleich Roofing. Thanks for all your support, and we appreciate it. Look forward to the season to get even deeper into the year as we go along. Hey, guys, it's coming down to it.
Yeah.
Yep, before we know it, we will have so many races to talk about, we won't know which one to talk about first.
Exactly. And if we happen to, get a little schizophrenic on everybody, then it's just short track racing. Our mind's going around in circles just as fast.
Yes.
That's it. Go fast, turn left.
Yep. And until next Wednesday, guys, it's always been a pleasure.
Yep.
And we will do an infamous sign off. I think we need to trademark that one time, though.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
We're working on that.
Right.
Yep.
All right, guys, until next week, it is a 1,
2,
3.
Let's go, Brandon.
Good night, everybody.
Be strong, America.
Thanks for listening.